Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're messing around again in GameMaker. So we have this big list of features. The game is kind of creeping larger and larger, and we also wasted a lot of time just trying to figure out the main mechanics. So, we don't have a time limit on this, but I would like to ship it just to not, have it spin out of control. What I'll say at the beginning of this one, though, as I say at the beginning of every one of these streams, especially if you're watching it later after it's done being live, when it just looks like a regular YouTube video, this is not a tutorial. This is a real-time account of me learning GameMaker, this video series, or live stream series. We started from pretty much me knowing nothing, and now I know a very, very small amount. And knowing a very small amount, that means I'm not going to do the most efficient methods for any of the things that you might want to do in GameMaker, so please do not follow my example if you are trying to learn. So let's kick it off here. What do we got? We want to make the hand cursor, and I've had that on the list for so long that let's just get it out of the dang way. We're gonna go to the noun project, and let me take a look at the way that the noun project actually works here. Free Creative Commons licenses. Okay, icons. Basic icon downloads. Oh, use without attribution. So we'll attribute the noun project in here. But I'm pretty sure that you're able to do everything else for free. Okay. Let's see the FAQ real quick. Legal about. Where do they tell you about the customer support? FAQ. Oh no, not photos FAQ. Icon FAQ. You can use the icon for free as long as you attribute, or you can pay a Noun Pro subscription, which is a single purchase. So we will just attribute. I'll put that in the shipping checklist. And in case I somehow forget, hello all, I am attributing the noun project for whatever logos I happened to use in this game in the future. Okay, now, what do we got? Some nice hands. I'm gonna say, we don't want a hand that looks like the Windows hand, or like this like closed finger hand. I want it to be like fingers out. Yeah, this might be good. Maybe this. Or this. I think these two things are the same thing. So I'm going to get this icon here. Okay. Who made this icon? Icon by Sunny. It should have info about... Oh, you know what? I don't know what my login is. Hold on one sec, ladies and gents. Okay, we're back. So we have the hand icon. This. Let's open it in Photoshop. I guess we'll just make it yellow, like an emoji or Simpsons hand. And so we want to attribute this, so let's hand by icon by Sunny from Noun Project. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, we can't use this in the game though, so we gotta get rid of that. So if the cat head is, we can actually just open the cat head right here. If that's the size of the cat, we want to make the hand, you know, appropriately sized. Probably like that. We don't want to delete crop pixels. Okay, good. And let's make a new thing with this size hand. Now, first let's make it a color. So we're gonna make it like a Simpsons hand. It should be pretty bright, I think, just to make it like kind of noticeable. Oops, it wants to be inside. Stroke. It doesn't really look good anymore when it has a stroke on it. Maybe it never did. Sorry, person who created this. It doesn't really read as a hand to me. Like the fingers are in a weird... There's no space for where the thumb... All right, let's just make our own. We won't keep talking about it, we'll just make it. Actually, let's... It's fine, that's fine. Okay, we're just gonna create like more space for the knuckles to go. And we'll put this in a folder so we can add the stuff to that. It's getting a little better. Now, what else? The way that the thumb is situated is not exactly how I would want it, so let's just fix this. And then I guess we'll go like that. Oops. Okay. Now I'm just going to take the fingers. I think they feel like they're kind of like falling off the hand here. So let's Control X them and just do one of these babies. Yeah. And then we're just going to straighten out the pinky a little bit. All the hands were like this. I don't know why. They had like really long fingers that like the knuckle did not seem to be sort of like applied to the law of physics or of human anatomy. I guess obviously like it's meant to be more of like a sort of like a representational icon, not like it's not like a literal hand, but I just feel like it needed to, none of them, they all seem to be lacking this kind of like, I don't know, some kind of physiology that I wanted. So this is a little better. What did we have before this? So like the thumb is very strange. This is very strange. This is a little closer to like a hand. So we'll use that. I think you still have to attribute even if you screw around with their logos that they created. Which I have no problem with, obviously. I'm still gonna attribute the creator. I don't know where any of this stuff is, so let's just delete it off every layer. And I don't actually like the way that well, let's keep that, but then we're gonna create a different problem, so just go like, stop telling me about the pixels. Okay. So we got that. The stroke does not look good, so hold on. We want there to be some kind of indicator, probably an outer stroke, not an inner one. So let's change this to an outer stroke. Also very strange looking. Also, the way that I created these like fixes kind of screw with the way that the stroke appears. That's kind of cool. So let's get rid of the stroke. I guess we'll just use a yellow hand. I don't know. The yellow hand does not read if you don't have something. What if we made it black instead of yellow? A lot of this stuff is like, I don't know what the contingency plan is for when there's like a black cat, for example. Like if there's a dark background or a dark cursor or whatever. I also don't like how thick the middle finger is, so let's fix that. Yeah, it's pretty good. So what we want is, it can't be black because it has to change, or it has to get a red hue when it is like a good or bad result. So let's do this. We cannot select based on this group, but we can merge it and select based on that. Prop. Let's just use this for now. I don't really care about making like a good version of the asset yet. I think there is one called sprite hand. No, although we did name it wrong. S hand, what we want. Now we have two versions of this because of the way Adobe Creative Cloud does its thing. And we need to make it a PNG, obviously. Okay, GM projects. Just get rid of that extra stuff. So S hand is, I guess we could just replace this with, no, that's probably safer to just delete that. And why do I have a black hand? Oh, this was right. Now it's in there. This is raw images. We don't want that anymore. Let's make an old folder for some stuff. This. I think that's it for now. Okay. We're going to put this in the sprites folder. We're going to make a hitbox, which should actually just be the whole thing. That's good. I think that's fine. The center point will be here, I guess. And now we just want to change the cursor to be the hand. So that's two things. Number one, you have to tell OGame that we don't want a cursor. Windows set cursor. Ah, this is stupid. Hold on. I might need to reinstall GameMaker. Oh, people are saying it seems to happen after updates. It might actually be a problem with their side, not ours. Okay, if we don't know, how would I check what the thing is you're supposed to say for the cursor then? If we can't check the article. Windows at cursor. Apparently this works. So the answer is we can search for the manual entry in Google, and if it shows the embedded one, it will work. So I think this cursor sprite is probably what we want. I don't think so. If we go back to this, what if I said, with this function, you can set the cursor for the game window to any one of the constants listed below. Okay. No, I don't think you can do that. How to set obviously we could just make the thing be wherever the mouse is, but there's probably a better way to do that. Okay, here we go. Cursor underscore sprite. Setting this variable will instruct GameMaker to use the designated sprite as a cursor. Cursor sprite equals this. Okay. Probably should have assumed that's what that was. Let's give that a shot. Okay. Kind of works. It's sort of the strange thing about it is that you are sort of putting your hand like over their faces, like you're going like this. What if you said, what if you, okay, what if we, how do we do this? Maybe we can't do it in here, but we could do it in Photoshop. By doing what? Basically, we would want to do this. That doesn't really make sense, though. Oh, also, you know, I don't think it should be a left hand, because we're looking at the back of the hand, so it's a left. I don't know, it could be, it doesn't matter. Let's take a look. First, we're going to transform this. Let's just make it a right hand. Then let's see what it looks like. No, I don't like that. What if we had it at a 9 or a 45 degree? Or the other way. No, I don't like that either. I keep forgetting what I'm doing is not actually making changes. Okay, so let's just save that. It doesn't need to be a new version because it's not destructive. Let's get rid of this noun project stuff. I think that this is probably fine. What would be better if we... I feel like I have it, but I don't. If the hand was like... It really does want to be sideways, I guess. Let's go for noun project again real quick. This is a pretty good one. I think this could be good. I think it's this first one that I found. Let's take a look at it. Okay, get this icon, basic download, get a PNG. Okay. Worst case, we'll just attribute both. But I'll specify so I know later which one's which. Okay, so instead of this, we're gonna try this. And we're gonna flip it. Good. Okay, now we're playing the game. This looks like a hand that's ready to pet a cat. Good. Now, let's take this, paste it onto here. That's pretty darn good. That is tailor-made for cat petting. Because I don't like that it was covering... How do I copy this without... Okay, I just have to... Can I do this? This is probably only going to copy a portion of it. That is correct. Okay, what if I just made this bigger? I have to undo the changes or else it's gonna, because of the stupid cloud saving format, it'll overwrite the original thing. So, now, how do we best want to do this? Photoshop doesn't know that there's anything inside of these lines, and if we tried to paint bucket inside the lines, it wouldn't turn out the way we want. So we actually do have to make a selection for where the fill is going to go. We could fill that with anything, it doesn't matter. And we'll just pick, I actually really liked the yellow that we had for the hand, so. I don't really know if that reads as a hand, but we'll put a thing on in the game that just calls it a hand. We're past the point of worrying about that. Call this S hand 2. I like that it has an outline as well. It's nice. Like, we just have to get something out the door at this point. I don't want to be working on this game, for a year. Now, this does need to have a custom hitbox because we don't want the collision to be in the wrist, for example. Let's try that. And we want the center point. Where's the center point? Let's put it, give me that. I think we have to get rid of the collision mask. Put it like here. I don't know that the collision mask even does anything if it's a cursor. Uh-oh. Oh, it's now called hand 2, so it doesn't like that. This should actually just be called S hand. Okay, that's a lot better. I can't tell if it is based on hitboxes. It's not based on the hitboxes because this definitely encroaches on the hitbox. It is based on whether the center point hits the cat in the hitbox or not. This is very good. I like this a lot. We'll probably end up changing the hand color though. Okay, so we're gonna call the game oops. We might not want to actually do this cursor sprite thing because I don't know how we're gonna then do all the rest of the programming. No, I think it'll still work. Okay, let's make a oops. If mouse I don't know the answer to this. How to check if mouse has Oh, okay. Yeah. First of all, we could do this. If mouse left pressed on the collision thing, this already does this. So if this happens, then we'll probably just put this back in OGame. And so for OGame, we're going to display okay. So you could click on the same cat though is the problem. Now it only does one step or whatever. Like it's not continuously running this like add one to the pet count. So this is interesting. If we said this, OGame cat pet count plus, and we said like OGame cat pet count plus, and we said let's say can you set this per ID? Doesn't do anything. Still goes up. Oh, wait, you set this thing and then also set id.pet to false. But I don't know if this actually works. If it keeps track of it per ID or if it keeps track, it does not do anything. So, good. Let's put this back into here. Pet parent, we're gonna put this here. Pressed. Collision point. The object would be ID. .id prec is what? Let's take a look. Hope that this doesn't crash. Good. Prec is a Boolean. Whether the check is based on precise collisions. This is false then. Not me. Whether the calling instance is relevant should be excluded. True. I don't actually know what that means. If collision point this, that, and the other thing is the case, then cap count is ++. Let's just, see if this runs at all. Does not do the thing. Let's say false for this. Does not do the thing. Okay. Pet parent. What if we don't put .id on there? That does it. Okay, so if it's on opet parent, up the cat pet count. Here's what we could do. Set opet parent if left pressed cat pet equals true, and you'd only say or wait, if cat pet equals if click timer equals 30, or click timer reset. This should only let the count go up once, but it does not do anything. What if we said for this 30? Does not do anything. Okay, let's just call that a feature, not a bug for now. So you can click on the cats as many times as you want. Instance destroy other.id, which should destroy the frame that you clicked it. Oh, didn't do that. Okay, this has now destroyed OGame. Didn't work either. Ah. Well, now this is an interesting conundrum because it's destroying the ID of the parent, not the... We need to get the ID of the thing. Instance ID. This is going out of my pay grade here. Layer get ID. Might be that. Or instance get ID. Instance ID get. Index. What's the index? The index within the instance from 0 to instance count -1. But we don't know that. How do you do the one that's like instance closest or whatever it is? Instance furthest, instance... Well, furthest is what we want, but in the other direction. Instance position. Okay, this works. How could there not be one that's instance closest? Nearest? Oh, nearest. And now here's the problem. It's not just one thing. Also, it needs to destroy... There's a lot of things going on here because it also needs to destroy the hitboxes. Let's say of just OCat1. And we're just going to do that, and we're going to see if it even works at all. So we're only going to click on OCat1. It has now gone away. It will not destroy this. Now we could do a really complicated thing where we say, if you clicked on OCat1, do that. If you clicked on the other thing, do that. There's another aspect here where you're destroying the cat, but you can see here that, number one, it's destroying the other instances now. And number two, the click counter is actually still going up because I didn't destroy the hitbox. we could fix this by saying if it, you know, within this distance from our cursor. I don't know how to tell it to destroy the hitboxes and the cat and correctly choose which cat you are destroying. So let's think about this for a second. We have a rudimentary scoring system. Okay. Okay. We are going to do the following things. It doesn't need that much code to do this, and I don't know how to do it any better than this, which is clearly going to be a very bad idea. We're going to limit the game to be like 5 cats or something. We are going to manually program every instance here where it says, if it is this cat, do this. If it is that cat, do that. And that's how we're going to do it. I don't have a better idea than that. In addition to this, we need to make it also destroy the nearest instance of the hitbox, of both hitboxes. So let's take a look at these. Good thing we named them consistently. ocat1 underscore HB pet. And now we would also say if instance exists or something like that. If instance position x we could actually say on the thing because we know that it's clicking. That's what it has to do. This is very inefficient. But at least we know it's inefficient. So it will only do this if we are touching the instance position. It has also destroyed the hitbox. So this is correct. For some reason, however, it does not seem to destroy the cat. Well, the cat does not seem to walk away satiated from being petted. Let's not say the game is about destroying cats. But there seems to be that the click timer is interfering with the cats being allowed to leave the screen. So that's a bug. But we now have the basic mechanic here where you're... Oh wait, why do they not disappear anymore? Is it based on timing? If I'm waiting 30 frames every time, it does happen. It does work. So it is something wrong with this timer mechanic. So let's set this to 1, and the reset is 1. And this is still not doing it. Why is that? There shouldn't be anything in these. It should be in all the parents only. Left press ogame.cat pit equals true, and if that equals true, then subtract the click timer. If it equals 0, set it to false, set the timer to reset, and the draw GUI, if it equals true, draw the text, which should make it only show up for 1 frame. It, however, does not do that. For some reason, the cats can continuously be clicked. Is it based on the location of where I'm clicking? This is interesting. It seems to be something to do with this stuff. So if collision point with this, up to pet count. If an instance exists at mouse X mouse Y of this, what is the hitbox of this? This is probably it. Set this to be full image. This doesn't need to have an accurate hitbox. The only thing we would use this hitbox for is to detect if you are clicking near it. Now it works. The problem was actually not with the timer. The problem was with something else. So this works. I would like to do a little animation thing where the cat would have like a moment after it has been petted. Let's look at it again. So I think it would be something like let's try and just make a really, really quick I think it would be something like this. Let's make an inner stroke. Or outer stroke would actually be better. We'll make it the thickness of the hand, so like 3 thingies. And we'll put this on the group that it's in. And we'll do this as a thing here, so we don't have to worry about the positioning. Why does this not work? There we go. And we'll just make a little heart graphic. I don't know why this doesn't appear to be normalized. It's kind of like off center. Whatever, it's fine. It's not fine. Better. Okay, let's say that's correct. Now, all right, so how do we do this? Let's make another group, I guess. We could actually just paste this. Oh, but it needs to be a square, so we won't. It's better actually if we also make this larger than it needs to be. Oops. Okay. It is now a home plate. See, when we scale this, it does not like that. Yeah, it doesn't really look good at all. So let's do it's a little better. Maybe this wants to move a little bit more like this and get rid of this part. And then change this. Close enough. How is this centered? It doesn't look centered to me. Seems like it is unable to. Yeah, it's like 1 pixel too much or little. Let's do that. It's because it's such a small size that it actually can't be centered because of the amount of pixels available. Let's say that that's good for now. We'll put this in a color. Do this too. Let's just say that that's good for now. So we want this heart to basically, oh, also we want to, hold on. Let's take just a thing like this. We're going to crop it to only be the size that is required. I don't know why this showed up as 1 pixel higher. It's fine. Okay, save that. Save this as a PNG. Save it. Okay, so now we will add this little heart reaction when the cat gets petted. And I don't really know. Let's take a look at this real quick. I don't know if this controls how fast. We thought that this controlled how fast the cats are allowed to be petted, but I don't know if that's true, so I can't pet them fast enough. That's definitely not 30 frames. Yeah, okay, so this is still possible. And that means while the click timer is true, you basically just draw the sprite or the instance of the object. So let's make a group called like graphics. And I don't know if it should be an object or not, but we're going to make it an object. And when this is true, you're basically just going to create this. So let's just steal that from here. I don't know that we need so many layers, but let's make another one. Add a new instance layer called, uh-oh. And now we're going to spawn this. Create this at mouse X and mouse Y, and that should only do it in 1 frame, so hopefully if this works it will not move, and this will be oh heart. It's not gonna be able to go away yet, but at least we'll be able to. Didn't do it. Okay. Instance create. Okay, let's just take away this. This is now going to create this every frame, but at least we'll know if it works. Yes, very strange looking thing. Actually kind of cool. Wonder if we could do something with that. How would that mechanically fit into the game? I don't think it would. But I like that. So this will spawn, but it doesn't like to check whether the click timer equals reset, which I would have thought that checks to see is it the maximum amount click timer can be. If yes, then create this once. Aha! I think I know the answer. Because it is already set it down by 1, so it actually is never equal to reset where it was there. Yep, there it goes. So we want to create it, I guess, above where the mouse is. So mouse, let's just say mouse Y minus 15. And we also want to set the point to be the bottom center. Yeah, that worked. I think these things could probably be half the size. I think we could just probably set that in the create. It's probably going to be like 0.75 or whatever. Image Y scale. Now, whenever this thing is created, it will be 3/4 size. Yep. I like that. It always puts the thing above the cat's head because of the way that the hitboxes work. You have to pet it on the head, therefore the heart cannot spawn not above the cat's head. Now, basically I want the hitbox will destroy immediately, and it will set a timer for the cat to probably like disintegrate or like, you know, fade out for like a couple frames, and then this will fade in for a few frames and then fade back out, I think. And the way that we're doing the art style here makes it very clear that the backgrounds do not want to be photos anymore. I like the idea of the cats being photos, but like that there's like no other photo stuff in the game. Okay, so that's a pretty good thing. I don't think we've checked anything on the to-do list, but you know. Okay. For the hand cursor, when you click a cat, it should leave a hand on the cat that animates a petting movement. I don't think that's really gonna happen. When your hand is over a pettable area, it will highlight a lighter or different color. That's a pretty good idea. That is a pretty good idea. I wonder how we could do that. I think you can set like an alpha channel for colors. I don't know how that would affect the black portion if you can do it so it only gets the yellow. Or easier, we could just make 3 frames of this animation. Or even easier, we could probably just create them in GameMaker. It's probably easier to do it in Photoshop. It would be nice for it to be slightly green and slightly yellow when it's over a good or bad spot. It'd also be interesting if when you clicked a bad area, like if you clicked here, then it would have like a ghost image of where you clicked for a second. Although that might not be necessary because the screen's going to shake and it's going to show that other thing. So let's say not that, but I do like that idea of having the change color hand. Do a Ninja Warrior competitive look for the art style, backgrounds, and platforms. Add a score mechanic, how many cats petted, add ppm, pets per minute. At the end of a round, it displays the score of a ppm very large and multiplies them. Yeah, that's what I don't really... I don't know what that part is. We're going to have to figure that out. Come up with a slash effect. Okay. I'm going to put this in here because I don't think we're using this one. All right, so we got a couple things done. Good. That's going to do it for that, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining the show. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.